Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Sunday, October 27th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I transform by getting intimate with my triggers. And I definitely recommend intimacy with the shadow, intimacy with your triggers today, as we are in our first Revolution Evolution Day, and we are in the dark of the moon, building to the new moon. We actually have the new moon today, tomorrow, depending where you're watching from, 8:38 p.m. Pacific time this evening. So we are working deep in the shadow energy. There is nothing more shadowy than the dark of the moon building to the new moon in Scorpio. And this, along with this 4-degree energy, which is this breakdown, breakthrough, evolution, revolution, triggery energy that is combined with Uranus. Holy cow, you really may feel your shadows, your triggers come out to play. That's the thing. When there is a trigger, this isn't a call to push it away. A trigger is a call to healing. A trigger is a call to your presence. A trigger is a call to get grounded, connect to source, connect to Mother Earth, be held, and be present with it. And so this new moon is definitely calling upon that for ourselves. Not to mention Uranus energy, which is deeply intimate, to use this word again, with this new moon energy. Uranus also wants us to get grounded and be okay, because Uranus energy, it brings change. It is the liberator, but often one of the biggest things we need to liberate is ourselves from the places that we hold on. So jeez. So I have my computer currently sitting on a box. And Luce, little tail right here, you can't even see it, she's climbing in the box that my computer is sitting on. So she's like, oh, this is my box. Anyway, let's dig into this astro, building up to the new moon. So we start with the moon finishing up in the sign of Libra. We will have the moon shift into Scorpio at 1:29 p.m. Pacific time. So we have that void of course moon. And that's the thing. Face the void. Face the fears. Face the shadows. Often our fears are deeply connected to shadows. Sometimes that fear, it is like a threshold guardian. Sometimes it has its validity. So be willing to question the fear. Like, what do you have for me? What are you showing me about myself? Are you showing me, hey, this is something I need to listen to? Are you showing me, hey, this is something I need to look at? Or are you showing me, oh, this is something really deep that's been in the family for generations? Because that's definitely possible in this energy. But to finish up Moon in Libra, before we dig into that Scorpio new moon, Moon in Libra is meeting up with Jupiter, starting off the day. And so that Moon in Libra, Jupiter energy, 22 degrees, it's like, find the light, find the good things that are happening, that are moving and grooving in your life right now to help you kind of ticking through any of this shadow energy that we need to look through. There's definitely a theme of light in this energy that we're going to dig into, but that's how we start the day. Find something pleasurable, find things that you are grateful for, find the good, because I guarantee that where you at, there is something worth appreciating, and that's going to give you a good foundation for this energy. Then we have a challenge. We've got Mars in Libra squaring Saturn. So it's Saturn, the responsibilities of the world, the shoulds of the world, the authorities. It may kind of almost threaten your balance, threaten your passion, even threaten the good thing. Again, that good thing, those good things that are there for you in your life, believe in the good. Let it be there for you. Do not let this square energy shake you loose. Do not let it doubt your passion. Do not let it doubt where your heart is trying to guide you. I think that's one of the challenges with the Saturn energy is yes, we all have this purpose. We all have responsibility, and yet it's been often misdirected and often misguided, and that can make us question ourselves. Only you know for sure. And this is a call to drop into your truth and not get waylaid, is the word I get. All right, so moon, like I said, shifting into Scorpio, 1:29 p.m. If you could not shake my box, I would really appreciate it. 1:29 p.m., moon into Scorpio. So we're going to have that void moon course. One of the cards that I have for you in this energy is the turning in card. Turning in, facing the void. We're all connected to the void. We're all connected to the nothingness, which is the place of pure potentiality, the place of pure creation potential. And so connect to that energy, connect to that space in this moon. There is alchemy available to you in this energy. So that moon, that's the last thing that we have going until we have this Sun, Moon, Uranus event. New moon, 4 degrees. The new moon happens at 8:38 p.m. And by 8:58 p.m. Pacific time, by the way, we have the moon directly opposite Uranus. Now, early tomorrow morning is when the Sun will be directly opposite Uranus, but the Sun, I'm telling you, it's opposite Uranus. Uranus is a part of this new moon. So let's dig into the Sabian symbols. Excuse me. Cough is still here a little bit. The Sabian symbols. The Sabian symbol for Scorpio, 4 degrees. I'm going to read 4 and 5 degrees. 4 degrees is where we have this energy. We're moving through 4 to 5. The 4-degree energy. A youth carries a lighted candle in a devotional ritual. This, to me, is knowing who you are, knowing your inherent light, despite the changes, the struggle, the pains, the sorrows, the shadows even within yourself that do need to be faced, the triggers that come up that are making you go, "Rawr, maybe I'm not this thing that I think that I am." Know your light. Be devoted to that light. Be devoted to your soul. Honor it. This little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. That to me is like remembering this. And then yet, the next Sabian symbol for 5 degrees is a massive rocky shore resists the pounding of the sea. To me, we are the rocky shore being pounded by these Scorpio Pluto vibrations. And it's to remove, it's like almost getting like a power washer. It's not just the sea pounding us. We're getting pressure washed, power washed, whatever that thing is called. We're being power washed right now. These triggers that come up, the shadows that come up, the fears, the control issues, the power issues, the struggles that move through as we build to and through this new moon energy, they are there to help clear, power wash us, make us aware of the full spectrum of ourselves. Yes, you are this light, and yet there is so much more complex energies to be tuned into with this. I pulled such a beautiful card from the Archetypes guidebook, or from the Archetype deck, and I'm going to read it now. Kid you not, for this new moon, I pulled the shadow. Just take a look at this. The shadow. The unspeakable, the unwelcome, the denied. Although every card in the Archetypes deck has shadow potential, this card asks us to delve into the qualities of the shadow itself. We often think that the shadow can be purified, illuminated, made right through effort and achievement. This is so important. However, it is typically the case that our lofty pursuit of ascension and perfection is the very source of shadow material itself. By rejecting parts of ourselves and the world, we begin to separate from the whole. Rather than getting to know the qualities and the content of our shadow, we busy ourselves with avoiding its presence. This is denial. When this card appears, it is time to take inventory of those things you've been denying. When the mind responds with, "No, anything but that," you are touching shadow. Find support for this deep inner work and move towards shadow with patience and compassion. So a few other things written here. Contemplate the following scientific observation. The closer an object, a person, a place, or community, is to the light, the longer the shadow it casts. It's okay to acknowledge these parts of ourselves. It's more than okay. And it's important to know then everyone, no matter how shiny they look, everyone, me, everyone, there is a shadow. We are all saints and sinners. I don't know, that just popped into my head. Here's this. In the shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. Reflect on the statement by James Hillman. I'm going to read that again. In the very shadow of the gods are the very gods themselves. And then finally, when light, the shadow card, revealing unconscious aspects of the self in the world. When dark, denying unconscious aspects of the self in the world. So, we got some work to do in this. I do want to go a little deeper into this Uranus stuff. You know, the sun only opposes Uranus once a year. It only has, you know, well, it has monthly interactions with Uranus, but it only has, like, some of these really challenging aspects with Uranus, only here and there. Watch your fears for the changes. This year has a lot of change for us. Uranus, in the sign of Taurus, does make these changes on this, like, earth field, earthly level. And I'm sure they're happening for you spiritually, emotionally, mentally, but it's like also facing the changes, the stuff that's going on in the earth. I keep bringing this up, but this just popped into my head. We are responsible for the state that the earth is in. We have responsibility to it. Yes, she is a living, breathing entity of her own. And yet we have to be responsible to how we are treating and loving and relating with this breathing, living being known as Earth. We have to take responsibility. We have to honor our shadows around how we have been interacting with this energy. How we treat the earth, how we treat our home, it is a reflection, too, of how we are treating ourselves. And I know that we all have some level of shadow to face on this. So use this as a mirror, and even use any of her outbursts, whether it is fire, earthquakes, tornadoes. How is this showing you the storms, the earthquakes, the power outages, the winds? We're going to have big winds at this time of this thing. What is this telling you about yourself? What is this mirror? What is this showing you about your shadows? What is this telling you about how you may need to express? This energy is really important. Be aware, and be aware of the signs. Be aware of how you are being spoken to, basically, in and through this energy. And I love that I have this card, you know, that has this weather event with it, in and through this energy. Luce is now out of the box. Where do we need to celebrate? Where do we need to cleanse, purify in this energy? I would call for some level of purifying yourself, whether it's through taking a shower, being out in the rain if it happens to rain for you, going to the waters of the world, cleansing, purifying, and reconnecting, grounding in, because that's really going to support us as we move forward from this void. From this void energy. The last card that I want to show you is the card of possibilities. And I'm just reminding you in this energy, and like that Sabian symbol, the devotional lit candle. Be devoted to your light. Be devoted to your shadow as well. Be devoted to the integration of these energies. This is how we grow. This is how we heal. In this energy, I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, because chances are it is definitely not, but it's definitely necessary as we grow to the end of this year, which still has some, like, wow for us. So that is it for today. I know that was long, but gosh, this is important. So you can always book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you, and you do 100% have the power. Namaste. Oh, and I didn't stop it yet. So this is what I do afterwards.